Hi everyone, Icy Thinny Storm Tano here, internet's busiest music nerd, back with a review of the new Kid Cudi record, Speedin Bullet to Heaven. Kid Cudi, Cleveland singer-songwriter, rapper, producer, and multi-instrumentalist, has been getting a lot of flack for his recent projects, especially the very diversely received 2013 record Indicud. And this record seems to be seeing a lot of the same negative feedback, with a lot less of the positive. But honestly, it's not all that bad. So, trying to explain why I like Speedin Bullet to Heaven might be difficult, but I'll do my best. So we're going to start at the beginning with the Sonics. Speedin Bullet is not Cudi's first rock album. That title goes to 2012's Wizard. But Speedin Bullet to Heaven gives a completely new take on rock from Cudi's darker, unfiltered point of view. There are pretty much three types of songs on the album. The loud, fun ones, the loud, weird ones, and the quiet ones. And each has their own highlights. The loud, fun ones are the least common on the record, with just tracks 5 and 10 filling that mark. They're very brash, but sonically rich. These ones are really fun to scream along with while you're driving once you've had a bad day. The loud, weird ones are a lot more common. These songs are characterized by very hungry, deprived guitar and a general lack of completeness in instrumentation. And I mean that in a good way. This includes songs like Man in the Night, Angered Kids, and Fuchsia Butterflies. And the quiet ones are a lot slower and softer, with a more poignant focus on vocals. This means Edge of the Earth, Adventures, and Embers. Once you add all of these together, Speedin Bullet to Heaven builds for itself a very strong identity that's diverse but still very coherent and consistent. The album was recorded using 2-inch tape instead of digital software to help cement the sound. But the tape wouldn't matter if the instruments in production weren't on key with the initial vision of the project. The whole record has a great amount of amazing musical ideas. Just to name a few highlights, I love the clean, sharp fuzz on Adventures. I love the harsh riffs on Seance Chaos. I love Judgmental hating everybody type of guy! Hurts my throat, sorry. And I love Dr. Genius on drums through the entire album. Everything comes together to form a really memorable project. Another thing I really appreciate about the album is its writing. The emotions are very strong and raw. A lot of people like to make jokes about the lyrics, but I think these lyrics work best with a project like Speedin Bullet to Heaven. Unpolished songwriting gets a bad rap in the general public, but if the writing is frantic and the emotions of the song is frantic, everything's made right. I like Halsey for similar reasons, but Kid Cudi does this better than anyone else. I've been where Cudi is on Speedin Bullet. I know how it feels to be in that state of mind where nothing matters and everything is terrible. The way the lyrics are written almost mirror how it feels to be in that state of mind. The lack of polish in writing just exemplifies the emotion of despair and how it feels to hate life. It matches the hectic musicianship perfectly. Everything on Speedin Bullet to Heaven feels real, whether you like it or not. The third aspect I really appreciate about the album is how Cudi brings himself into the project. Unlike, say, Yeezus, Speedin Bullet to Heaven is not about a character. It's about Scott Mescudi, the man who walks among us. A lot of Cudiisms carry over and are even expanded on over the course of this album. For example, I've seen people say Adventures sounds like it could have been on Satellite Flight, while other people think that the iconic Cudi hum got its sea legs on Speedin Bullet. If you've listened to Afflictum or Troubled Boy, just about everything you could like about those songs are located somewhere on Speedin Bullet, be it in the acoustic guitar on Confused, or the emotionally personal vocals on Adventures or Fairytale Remains. Whether you like or hate Kid Cudi, just knowing these tropes will help you better understand just how true this album is to both Scott and the vision he initially conceived for it. I love the track sequencing on Speedin Bullet to Heaven. Every song flows together really well, even the ones I don't like as much as the other ones. Edge of the Earth and Postmortem Boredom don't sound too much alike relative to the rest of the album, but emotionally they are brother and sister. They deserve to be together as one track. Fade to Red leading into Adventures is perfect in the contrast it presents within the record. Just like the sonics and the lyrics and the Cudiisms, the way the tracks are arranged give greater meaning to the project and what it stands for. This happens many times across the 18 tracks, but the best moment of sequencing has to be from Fuchsia Butterflies to the title track. Fuchsia Butterflies is loud, yet it shows great restraint. After screaming about manic luxury, the last lyric is, "I've got my daddy's gun." Then the song ends and the title track begins. The title track is the best part of Speedin Bullet to Heaven, and it's what cemented the album as worthwhile in my mind. It's technically part of the quiet songs, but it sounds nothing like any of them. If anything, this song would be more at home on Wizard, but it would be the best track there. The music sounds so fresh and atmospheric. I love the synths. I love the guitar. I love the bass. I love the singing. Then you start paying attention to the lyrics, and you love them too. To truly understand the lyrics, you need to know what the title of the song and the album mean. Speedin Bullet to Heaven refers to suicide by gunshot. Scott hates his life. He wants to go to heaven, and he's going to take a speedin' bullet to get there, using his daddy's gun. The song and the album deserve to have the same name, because the song is a perfect lens into the entire project. Over time, the album builds into a very telling, vivid picture of Scott falling deeper and deeper into his misery as his mental state deteriorates, or crashes. The same thing happens in the song. At the beginning of the song, Cudi sings, "If I crash, oh if I crash, or if I land, no matter the case, I'm all smiles." A minute or so later, that changes. "When I crash, oh when I crash, or if I land, no matter the case, I'm all smiles." Cudi sees the likelihood of recovery remaining the same, but the likelihood of irreparable damage is growing quickly. One little change in wording means so much, and there's really no way this wasn't intentional. All the lyrical themes and all the musical styles of the record can be summed up pretty perfectly in this one little song called Speedin Bullet to Heaven. While the previous aspects of the album helped add to and reinforce the concept of the album, the song Speedin Bullet doesn't need to reinforce anything because it perfectly encapsulates everything. This album is really important. It may have its flaws, but it also has a lot of really great moments and unique elements that go unnoticed in the rush of it all. The average listener may find Speedin Bullet to Heaven a very strange record with little appeal, but those who sit down with it, those who know what Cudi is feeling, can see that Speedin Bullet to Heaven actually has a lot of appeal. Every second is so unique, yet so real. The record means a lot to me, and a lot of other people around my age that are like me. Whether you can see in Speedin Bullet what I see is no longer within the realm of my control. But no matter what you think, I think we can all agree that there will never be another album like Kid Cudi's Speedin Bullet to Heaven. And I will always respect it for that. Transition. Have you given this album a listen? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? This has been Icy Storm 9. On the side of the video, there should be links to some other reviews I've done. Make sure to check those out if you want. Please subscribe. Please don't cry. Click the bell as well. Kid Cudi, Speedin Bullet to Heaven. Forever.